Hi, it's been a while, and I have not released a new podcast in several months, and I feel like I need to apologize for that. Before we go too much further, I want to give a shout out to Brian in North Carolina, who sent me an email in January, and I'm going to share that email with you because I want to be transparent and honest, and I feel like I may have made a mistake by not keeping the podcast regular as all of the things that it's done for me. But from Brian's email, you'll see, and hopefully you agree, that it helps a lot of people out there. But before we go into that email or get too much further today, I want to apologize for letting you down and for not creating content that you can digest and consume while you are commuting. Brian told me on the phone, we had a chance to connect after his email, he commutes over an hour every single day each way. And I think if I'm being honest, I don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts anymore because I don't commute. Where you see me now is where I am most days of the week. And so that the idea of podcasting has been almost out of sight, out of mind. But I want to apologize for not being consistent and not being frequent, because those are two things that I talk about a lot and work with my clients about. And I believe that that's how you build a positive brand in the marketplace, by being both of those things, consistent and frequent. So I'm going to share Brian's email. Before I do that, I'm going to throw up some intro music, or the intro splash if you're watching this on video. And then I'm going to get into his email, and then I'm going to share with you the tools that I use today to build my business. I've updated my resources page, ElleryWells.com/resources. Just a few months ago when I brought on a couple new mastermind groups, and they were looking for really some of the things that I've kind of taken for granted, and tools I've used a long time. So I redid my resource page, and I thought that might be a good way. And these questions came up when I talked to Brian yesterday. He was talking about some WordPress plugins and things like that. So I took his email and got him on the phone and got his feedback in more detail. But I updated this resource page, and I'm going to share that with you here in just a second. I'm not one of those entrepreneurs who gave up their six-figure salary and fancy office to start a business, and I wasn't selling lemonade to my neighbors when I was 7. I wasn't born an entrepreneur, and I never laid awake at night dreaming of owning my own business. My name is Ellery Wells, and I was forced to make a decision. Welcome to the Ellery Wells Show, where we talk with real entrepreneurs about real problems that they're facing and real solutions on how they are overcoming obstacles, achieving their goals, and making a difference in the world. If you're an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur, this is the place to be to help you start, build, or grow your business. So here's the email that I got from Brian. He says, Ellery, first off, thank you so much for spending the time to put together the Ellery Wells Show. I have been devouring the content, and it has been inspiring with actionable direction. You've been talking about being more consistent, so this is a listener that wants you to follow through. It's 2017, and time to get the next show uploaded. That was pretty humbling. It sounds like you have enough people willing to record a coaching call, but if you need a student, then I would love to benefit from your knowledge and expertise. I do have one podcast improvement recommendation. It's my opinion that the intro and outro music is about 2 times longer than it needs to be. Just my opinion. Do with it as you see fit. Referring to the actionable direction, I would like to join a mastermind. When is your next mastermind group? What is the cost to join? I don't have the funds for one-on-one coaching, but I think a mastermind group would fit my needs. Thank you for all you do, and continue being the amazing person that you are, Brian. And I left off his last name, but that's the email. It was very encouraging, and it was very humbling at the same time. So I want to again thank you, Brian, and encourage anybody else. If I tell you you can hold me accountable, I want you to, as much as it might hurt, I want you to keep me accountable, because I don't want to let anybody down. And I know I will let people down. However, it really bugs me when people go and commute 2 hours every day and go to a job that they don't really feel fulfilled in. And I don't want to let you down in that way. We're all human. We all make mistakes, but me not producing content that allows you to get where you want to go, that's unacceptable. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with the frequency of a weekly show. It might go to once a month or maybe every other week. But I do want to keep delivering material in the audio-only podcast format. So, ElleryWells.com/show. Check out all of the current and past episodes. But let's get into it, okay? Let's do the resources that I have used to build my business, because if you have followed me for any amount of time, or you've looked at my logo, or I'm not wearing one of the shirts right now, I got some logo polo shirts and they're pretty awesome. To be able to walk around with your logo on your shirt, it's pretty freaking cool. So, if you've seen my logo, any of those things, you know my two main primary business goals are to empower and equip entrepreneurs. Empower is the mindset and equip is the tools. So we're going to go into some of those today. Again, you can kind of follow along with what I'm doing or what I'm going through. And if you're listening to this in the future, you can go and see the most current, updated list here by going to ElleryWells.com/resources. I want you to be able to check that out. But these are the things that I use. And some of these, I'm going to be throwing out some affiliate links. I'm not going to copy the entire page into a show notes page, but I want you to know that you can go to ElleryWells.com/resources to find them. So my number one most recommended tool, and you're going to get to see this on video if you're watching through video, but it is my book, Exit Strategy. It is a real, solid, physical book. None of that ebook nonsense that you're going to download and put in a folder and not read or touch. This is, hopefully the microphone picked that up. This is a real 290-page book, instruction manual on the things that I wish I would have known when I first got started. I was fairly ignorant. Many of you might have heard me say I'd never even heard of WordPress before. I'd never bought a domain before I got started. None of that. And how to do all of that, what to do. And it's not just theory in this book. And there might be some, but my goal is it is real, actionable, detailed content that you can put into place in your business today. And Exit Strategy, if you go to ElleryWells.com/free, I will send you, and it's like $8.84 for me to get one of these books to you. It's no lie. I promise you, I'm not making any money on this. I will send you a book. It may take a week to 10 days to get there. So if you want it faster, you can go to Amazon. But, my number one most recommended tool, which actually has a lot of these other tools mentioned in it, Exit Strategy, the exact tactics on how to transition from where you have to be to where you want to be. Exit Strategy. So the next thing that I do, and I power all of my websites with this tool, is the Genesis Framework by Studio Press. I use a bunch of other tools that we will get into, Optimize Press, Thrive Themes, those kinds of things, but the architecture, of course it's WordPress, but all of these other tools sit on top of the framework of the Genesis framework, which is made by a company called Studio Press. They were the first premium themes that I bought a few years ago. They have a variety of plugins that are specific to them. They've got dozens of themes. Right now, I think I'm on the Maker Pro theme. So if you're listening to this early 2017, I'm on the Maker Pro theme, and you can see how it works. I use it to control my menus, everything. I still use the other tools for landing pages, but it all sits on top of Studio Press. The next one, Optimize Press. it is one of the best one of the best things you can spend $100 on in your business. I use it to create a good chunk of my landing page. Currently, my homepage is a landing splash page that I built with OptimizePress. It's really solid software. It's kind of heavy. It takes a little bit more resources for your website, but that probably gets a little bit more technical than most people are interested in. But when you look at a one-time payment and you can get it, for a few years before they upgrade, that makes it a lot more cost-effective solution than like Lead Pages or something like that, which would cost what I use OptimizePress for, I'd be at like $60 or $70 a month for Lead Pages. So I would highly recommend OptimizePress. Again, go to my resources page, or this will be ElleryWells.com/show13/show13, and you can get a link to most of these resources. I do have affiliate links. You don't have to use them, but I'll make a little bit of commission. It won't cost you anything else. One of the big tools that I just started using was Thrive. Well, the company is like Thrive Themes, but I use Thrive Leads. I use Thrive Headlines. I'm probably going to start using Thrive Quizzes. I went in for the $19 a month program with them, and they are built around optimization and split testing. So I use it to split test. You use Thrive Headlines, which again, if you go to thrivethemes.com or ElleryWells.com/thrivethemes, you can see all of the plugins that they have on offer. And I use most of them. Again, it's all about optimization, split testing. You can split test the colors of an opt-in box, or whether or not it has a border, or what type of border, or the color of the button, and it will dynamically present those options on your website, on your page, and then once it has enough results to have a statistically significant difference, it will can automatically, you don't have to, you can do it manually, it'll put the highest converting box or button or whatever directly onto that page. And in no particular order, after those are my top resources: OptimizePress, Thrive Themes, and StudioPress. But the rest of these are not necessarily in any particular order. But when you look at my books, or you see these 3D mock-ups of Exit Strategy, or how to start your professional podcast for $200 or less, or any of these things, I created those in a software called My eCover Maker. And you upload, it gives you the correct dimensions, but you upload a JPEG or a PNG file to this site, and you pick books, CDs, DVD covers, paperbacks, a stack of books, a single book, different angles, TV. You pick any sort of medium that, like a TV or whatever, that you would want to put your product on, and it will render that onto the screen of the TV and give you a 3D image. You can download them against a white background, a black background, or a transparent. And I got the year subscription when I was doing all of the covers for Exit Strategy. It gives you a really good idea of what a 3D version of physical product would be of your digital product. And that helps you increase conversions. People want to know what they're getting, and even if it's a digital product, there's something about being able to see it, visualize it, that will help you get more sales. So My eCover Maker, again, I'll put the link there. I have an affiliate link for that as well. I don't have one for everything. And by the way, I don't have affiliate links for products that I don't use myself. And I don't look for affiliate programs and then make a buying decision. I make a buying decision and then go and see if they have an affiliate program. For example, the affiliate link for Thrive Themes isn't even mine. It's one that helps one of my friends because their program is closed and I don't have access to it. I just wanted to make sure that was something that I clarified, because there's a lot of people out there that just recommend crap because they get an affiliate commission for it. Kraken.io. If you're not optimizing all of the images on your website, you're slowing your site down. And when your site is slow, people will leave. They will not buy from you. If they pull it up on their phone and it just spins and you're like, yeah, I'm almost done pooping. I mean, who does that, right? Anyway, if it doesn't load, they're going to go somewhere else. They're going to read somebody else. They're going to watch somebody else. So you need to optimize your images. And then that leads me right into this next one, and it's keycdn.com. KeyCDN, like Key Content Delivery Network. I've tried MaxCDN. I have tried Cloudflare. And KeyCDN is one that I like because you can load up with credits and then they go for like a year. So MaxCDN is like $9 a month for their basic package. KeyCDN, I loaded up with $30 worth of credits, which I have not even used yet, and it's good for like 12 months. So $9 a month or $30 a year. That's why I think I discovered KeyCDN because I use, and I don't know if this is on the list, so this is bonus, just not for people who go to my resources list. I have WP Rocket. It's a caching plugin and it integrates with KeyCDN, and I think I found KeyCDN by looking through the WP Rocket help documents. I'm not sure, but shout out and recommendation for WP Rocket. And by the way, my resources page was built with Thrive Themes. I use their content builder to set up the layout and those kinds of things. The next thing that I would recommend if you are starting a podcast, how to start your professional podcast for $200 or less. It was one of my first products. It hit #1 bestseller on Amazon. It helped a lot of people get their podcast started or improve it. And honestly, what I learned from starting a podcast, right now I'm shooting on a GoPro and I have a Rode video mic, me mic, something. I'll find out and put it in the link below. But I learned all of this stuff by initially starting a podcast. And text is great for communicating an idea. I wish I had a cool phrase here. Text is good for communicating. Audio is maybe good for connecting, and then video, like this, is multi-purpose. You really get to see my facial expressions, those kinds of things. So whatever you want to do, if you want to add multimedia to your text-based website, I would recommend that book. It's like $9. It's like $8, something like that. And it will show you the equipment, maybe how I would recommend that you buy equipment, what you need, and some of the essentials. Moving on, I have tried a bunch of email marketing software. I've tried Aweber, GetResponse, MailChimp, probably a few more than that. And by far the best money that you can possibly spend is going to be on ActiveCampaign. For $9 a month, you can do so much more than what Aweber charges $20, what MailChimp sort of does for free, but even though they made improvements, I don't think it's as good. ActiveCampaign is one of those pillar pieces of software for me where if it doesn't integrate with ActiveCampaign, I don't really consider using it. If it doesn't integrate with WordPress, I don't use it at all. And ActiveCampaign is a close follow-up to that. I would highly recommend it. Autoresponders, automations, sequences, custom tagging, multiple lists, all that kind of stuff. And then you can go to ellerywells.com/show13 and there'll be a link to where you can start a free trial. You might need a credit card, you might not, I don't know. But it's like 2 weeks. I think you get like a 2-week trial. You can upload up to 500 contacts. There are some limitations, but I promise you will not be disappointed. If $9 a month's out of your price range, MailChimp. I'll throw another one to you. I think Benchmark might be pretty good as well. Benchmarkemail.com, maybe. I'm not going to put a link in the show notes for that one because I don't have a whole lot of experience with it. I probably would recommend MailChimp over that just for the sake of the fact that MailChimp has been around a long time. So has Benchmark, but MailChimp integrates with almost everything. If you're using the SumoMe plugin, it's like a 1 or 2 click or pretty easy integration with MailChimp. So MailChimp is almost an industry standard, and it's definitely kind of the industry standard for people who are just starting out. So I'll recommend that to you. I just downloaded the 3.0 version of this software this morning. I got up early and started writing at like 5 o'clock. It was ridiculous. Hemingway. The Hemingway app, or the Hemingway, it's HemingwayApp.com. I wish I had an affiliate link for this. Their price has gone up from $7 one time to $30 one time, and it will make your writing better. The next thing that you want to use to make your writing better, and this one has a free plugin right into your Chrome browser, is Grammarly. It reviews all of the text that I type in a browser. If you buy the premium version, you can download, I've got a review of it, by the way, of Grammarly that's made me a few $100 on YouTube. It's pretty cool. But the premium version, you can download it and install it on your computer, and then it works right in Microsoft Word and Outlook. Kind of cool. And the last two things that I'll throw out there for you are more of like productivity and automation. I'll skip, I won't go in the order on my resources page. The second one is IFTTT. IFTTT. Yeah, that's right. If this, then that. It's a free software that connects two other devices. I got a Google Home for Christmas that Ashley bought me, and through If This Then That, through this app, I can connect my Google Home to do almost anything. Turn all of the lights off downstairs just with my voice, turn on specific lights, and it takes some of the integrations that Google Home has, and it just takes those cool pieces of software and just, or that you have access to, and just really opens up that library. And it's free. And I have not found any limitation to the number of recipes or whatever they call them now. They used to call them recipes. I don't remember what they call them now. I don't think there's a limit to how many you connect or how many recipes you have. I think the fee, they make money from the companies, the software creators, to have this connection with IFT. So it's free for us. Pretty cool. The final tool that I will recommend, again, these aren't in any order, and me mentioning that does not mean that Buffer should necessarily be higher on that list, but is Buffer. And it's a social media scheduling tool, and they're still pretty good. They've been around a few years. They really grew fast as a company. They've been around longer than like Meet Edgar and some of those other things, but I think I have the awesome plan, which is $100 a year. It allows you to load up like 200 different updates into your feed, and you can connect a bunch of different profiles, and you can automate some of your scheduling. So with bulkbuffer.com, pretty sure that's the website. Let me triple check that. Yeah, if you go to bulkbuffer.com/app, maybe you need the /app, or I don't know, bulkbuffer.com, you can upload a text file of your latest posts. So I've got my post from 2015, 16, and now 17 in a text document, cool little phrase, a little teaser with a link and the hashtags or anything. I just upload that directly into Bulk Buffer, and it syncs that, it just pushes that information over to the Buffer app itself. And that way you don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. to schedule something, or 4 a.m. because you're in California, but you want to hit those guys on the East Coast. Buffer is a tool that I've been using for a long time, and at $9 a month, it comes down to $8 and something if you buy the awesome plan and pay for a year up front. It's another tool that won't quite break the bank. So let me review these one last time, just in case you were taking notes, or we'll bookend this. Again, some of these links are affiliate links. It doesn't cost you anything to check them out. You can still use coupons on Amazon, if you ever click an Amazon affiliate link, those kinds of things. So Exit Strategy, you got to buy that book. I'm serious. It's great. I love it. I loved writing it, and it's helped a lot of people. Here's some of the review quotes from the reviews. Exit Strategy is your life preserver. It's a combination of inspiration and actions, Ellery is one of the top coaches for startup entrepreneurs. Cut through the smoke and mirrors, an engaging and entertaining and actionable book, an amazing book. I absolutely loved this book. A must read, and I want everyone to know about it. Ellery knows how to produce results. That's what other people said, not me. So exit strategy, we talked about Studio Press and the Genesis framework. We talked about optimized press, Thrive themes, Thrive leads, headlines, quizzes, all these things from Thrive. My e-cover maker, Kraken.io, Key CDN, how to start your professional podcast for $200 or less, Active Campaign, MailChimp, the Hemingway app, Grammarly, Buffer, and If This, Then That. If you want more tools like that, I send out resources at the bottom of that resources page. You can get on my email list, and I'll send you some additional tools that don't quite fit into this list. I'll just email them to you. There'll be some overlap, but I'd love to be able to connect with you via email. Again, I apologize for dropping the ball and letting you down for so many months by not creating some more content. We're going to get into, I took notes during our call yesterday. We're going to get into more of the segments that I mentioned before. We're going to talk about how to make money maybe a little bit faster, how to structure your time and focus on your goals. We are going to talk about other tools that I use, like Wave apps, and give it a little bit more in detail on that and how I use that to manage my money. And we're going to make some changes around here, and we're going to try our very best. I'm going to try my very best to be consistent and somewhat frequent in delivering a audio platform that you can listen to and learn how to grow your business. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for tuning back into the Ellery Wells Show. If you are watching this video, thank you for doing that. I'm trying to convince my wife to let me buy a Canon 80D here in the next day or so. I've been looking at one of those, the 60, 70, now the 80D for a long time. And I think I'm in a position to do that. So thank you for watching the video and supporting me that way. Have an awesome day. I'm going to get back to work. We'll talk about some things that I've been up to, why I just kind of skipped out for like a few months, not just because I was on vacation. There's a moderately good reason. And we're going to talk about that in coming episodes. It's time for me to get back to work. From Round Rock, have an awesome day.